President Tinubu affirms Africa's unity and strength, rejects notion of a new scramble for continent. Inspector General of Police withdraws mobile policemen, security attaches from ex-governors, ministers, VIPs. Russia blames attack on new bridge linking the occupied Crimean Peninsula to Russian on terrorist regime in Kiev. In sports, newly promoted Nigerian Professional Football League side Sporting Lagos beat Remo Stars to win the maiden Niger Super 8 tournament. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Jennifer Odimayo. Thanks for joining us. President Bola Tinubu in Kenya said the forces that plundered Africa in the past and still seek to impede its progress today will not find easy inroads into the continent. Tinubu said Africa was now strong and its leaders would no longer remain passive as they work to harness their vast resources to better their respective countries. Speaking at the 5th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union, AU, the regional economic communities, the regional mechanisms, and the African Union member states. In Nairobi, the Kenya capital, the president announced plans to strengthen the ECOWAS standby force to deter coup and combat terrorism in the sub-region. In maiden speech at AU, President Tinubu affirms Africa's unity and strength, rejects notion of a new scramble for continents. Tinubu emphasized the need for Africa to overcome its challenges and work towards a prosperous future, focusing on inclusive growth, good governance, and leveraging the opportunities provided by the African Continental Free Trade Area. Harping on his message to uphold democracy in West Africa, the Nigerian leader, as ECOWAS chairman, announced plans to strengthen the bloc's standby force to deter coups and combat terrorism in the sub-region. Vice President Shettima said military offensives alone could not sustainably resolve the security crisis in the Northwest. Rather, he said it would take a mix of kinetic and non-kinetic strategies to restore calm in the troubled region. Shettima said in a chat with journalists when he paid condolences visit to the Galadinsin and Mangal families in Kano and Katsina respectively. The State House Director of Information, Office of the Vice President Olushola Abiola, revealed this in a statement. The Vice President revealed that the Tinubu administration would, in the coming weeks, unveil an initiative to address insurgency and poverty, among other challenges confronting Nigerians, especially those living in the northern region. Kogi State has formally launched the chapter of the Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria, with the inauguration of a pioneer chairman, Nasar Rahman Ichayi, and other executive members in Kogi, the state capital. The new chairman promised that under his leadership, the institute would support the government in the state to formulate sound economic policies that will have positive impacts on the lives of the people. Our reporter tells us more.
Do solemnly affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria, and the State Operations Manual. I shall promote the image and growth of the institute.
A Kogi State seasoned forensic chartered accountant, Usman Mohammed, who coordinated the oath-taking, described the induction as the first of its kind in the state. He advised the pioneer executives to be efficient in their duties.
I'm very optimistic because of the caliber of the executive that we inaugurated today. They are very, they have qualifications, they have integrity, and they have knowledge to carry out, to be able to deliver the responsibility they are charged with. And I'm sure very soon or later we will see the effect of the institute.
The state's new chairman, Nasir Rahman Echani of the professional body, declared his readiness shortly after a swearing-in at the conference room of the Local Government Service Commission, Lokoja. Said in the face of the current economic effects of the removal of fuel subsidy, the professional opinions of economists are invaluable to keep the economic balance between survival and spending power of the people.
The professional opinion of economists are invaluable to keep the economy balance between survival and the spending power of the people. There exists a few cards up our sleeve that we wish to deal before our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in charting the new way forward on measures to put in place to cushion the effect of the economy. We are confident that the application of this time and season-proof economic principle will come in handy to keep the country far from the shore of economic recession. I wish to categorically state my zeal to serve this given capacity to perform optimally by engaging all my knowledge, experience, and professional arsenal toward the forward movement of the Institute.
He said though the people are faced with immediate effects, the country will be far from the shores of the economic recession again.
Kogi State holds conference of opportunity and work by the plan of robust economic potential that, if properly harnessed, they will geometrically project the state into an enviable horizon. I shall work assiduously to make sure that every later plan is brought into reality. I employ every member of the Institute to be intentional about carrying out their duty as binding the core value, goal, and objective of the Institute.
Echani said the professional body is relatively new in the state, but not in Nigeria, assured that as a team with requisite experiences, they are determined to nurture the association into a full-blown institute to be reckoned with, stating that a high level of professionalism shall be deployed to cater for the growth needed to become world standards.
The federal government has withdrawn the mobile police force personnel attached to several very important persons, including ex-governors, former ministers, and lawmakers. The order, which was contained in a police wireless message from Mopol 45 Force Headquarters, Abuja, affected Daura Buhari, brother to former President Muhammadu Buhari, as well as former First Lady Aisha Buhari's sibling and former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. The development came a few weeks after the IG vowed to withdraw police mobile force personnel from VIP escorts and guard duties. He also announced plans to establish the Special Intervention Squad, which according to him would have 40,000 highly trained police officers, including selected officers from the police mobile force. This, the IG said, was to allow the police to take back its place in the internal security architecture of the country. Egbetokun, who spoke during a meeting with squadron leaders and tactical commanders in Abuja on June 26, stated they shall effect the withdrawal of PMF personnel from VIP escort guard duties. While the protection of dignitaries remains paramount, he said they must realign their priorities to address the escalating security challenges faced by the nation as a whole. By relieving the PMF of VIP, escort, and guard duties, they can redirect their focus and efforts towards addressing critical security concerns that affect communities at large. Borno State Governor Babangana Umar Zulum has granted approval for the use of a government secondary school as temporary site for the takeoff of a newly established Federal College of Education (FCE) in Gwoza. The site is at Ville, a community in Gwoza town, headquarters of Gwoza local government area. The new school is the first of its kind, a federal government college of education in Borno since the state was established in 1976. Most of the 36 states and the FCT each has federal universities, federal polytechnics, and federal college of education, Borno had been without Federal Polytechnic and Federal College of Education until they were established by the Buhari administration. Governor Zulum, who had facilitated the takeoff of a Federal Polytechnic sited in Mongunu, and now did same for the Federal College of Education in Gwoza. The governor, during his trip to Gwoza, gave directive to the immediate rehabilitation of the GSS Ville to serve as temporary site for the Federal College of Education to commence operations. Zulum gave the approval during an assessment visit to the temporary site located along Gwoza-Mobi Highway. On politics, the Deputy National Chairman North of the All Progressive Party APC, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has taken over the National Working Committee NWC of the ruling party. The development confirms the widely reported resignation of the national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, at the weekend. Adamu was reported to have tendered his resignation with the National Secretary, Senator Omisore. On Monday, the Deputy National Chairman led a team of 7 other members of the NWC to a meeting in his office. The Nation also noted that the official car of the Deputy National Chairman was parked in the slot reserved for the National Chairman. As the 2023 governorship race in Kogi State draws closer, the people of the state have been called upon to sustain the existing peace and perform their franchise at the polls. The Ohi of Okene, His Royal Highness Issa Maman Okatahi, made the call in an interview at his palace in Kogi Central. He also advised them to remain civil in their activities before, during, and after the election, saying the peace of the society should be held at high esteem by all.
The political parties,
of course, the role is playing.
The political parties have got their own, candidates, and very soon, 11/11/2023, election will come up for Kogi State and some 2 other states. If the governor decides that the good job he has done, he has a legacy and he wants to maintain, and he sees that quality in any person, being it in the east, being it in the west, being it in the central, it is my candid advice that we should follow him suit to the promised land, because continuity will be able to take place if his choice becomes the next governor of this state. But we should adhere to the rule of the game.
The traditional ruler prays to Allah to grant the state a leader that will represent the interests of the entire people, and called on the citizens to continue to pray for those in positions of authorities to enable them deliver the needed results. Senator Jibril Issa Echocho of Kogi East has commissioned the campaign office and a campaign vehicle donated by Abubakar Rajab for the governorship candidate Ahmed Usman Ododo of Kogi State. Commissioning the campaign office, Echocho said that Rajab has demonstrated serious commitment to progressive politics of Dekina local government and Kogi State at large. Echocho said they adopted this gesture as the hallmark of their political philosophy. The chairman of Dekina local government, Prince Ishak, who is the host chairman, congratulated the good people of Dekina local government for having people like Rajab for his numerous contributions so far to the progress of the party, and promised to extend his political activities in Dekina local government area to the state governor. Rajab later conducted the party stakeholders around the campaign office. The campaign office is located directly opposite Divisional Police Headquarters, Dekina. Many party stalwarts attended the occasion. We'll go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Allocates TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Lekan Balogun, on Sunday directed the suspension of the ongoing Egungun festival over reported cases of violence, arson, and looting of shops in the city. The Olubadan gave the directive in a statement on Sunday by his personnel assistant on media, Oladele Ogunshola. The monarch expressed concern that some hoodlums were taking advantage of the Egungun festival to perpetrate all sorts of atrocities. Olubadan equally summoned all the leaders of masqueraders known as Alagba in Ibadan land to an emergency meeting on Monday afternoon at the ancient Aliwo Palace at Godi in Ibadan. The traditional ruler expressed sadness over the reported cases of violence accompanying the annual festival. He described the development as unfortunate and an affront to his palace because he had warned against turning the festival into an avenue to wreak havoc. The Olubadan said this is why the suspension clause has to be invoked, and how long it lasts would be determined by the outcome of the meeting. He called on the security agencies to remain up and doing and ensure no culprit was spared. And on the foreign scene, the region's governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said 2 people have died in an attack on the bridge linking the occupied Crimean Peninsula to Russia. The 2 people killed in the explosion were a mother and father from Russia's Belgorod region. Their daughter was also moderately injured. The Russian installed head of the Crimean parliament had blamed the attack on the terrorist regime in Kiev. According to state-backed Russian media, Vladimir Konstantinov said Ukraine had committed a new crime by targeting what he called a civilian facility. A source in the security service of Ukraine tells BBC Russian the attack was a special operation of the naval forces of the armed forces of Ukraine and the security service of Ukraine. The source says the bridge was attacked with surface drones. The road section of the bridge is closed, but trains are running on the railway section. Sergei Aksyonov, the head of the Russian administration in Crimea, had provided an update saying that ferry and train services are expected to resume at 9 o'clock local time. The bridge was opened by Russian President Vladimir Putin in 2018 and enables road and rail travel between Russia and Crimea, but in October last year was partially closed following a major explosion, the cause of which remains unclear, but which Putin blamed on Ukraine but was reopened fully in February. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed by a fire in a poor neighborhood of the South African port city of Durban. 1 person is known to have died in the blaze that tore through the Kennedy Road informal settlement early on Sunday morning, but there are fears that more bodies could be found. Video footage shows the twisted remains of corrugated iron sheets used to build the shacks amid the smoldering debris. People can be seen trying to salvage their belongings. The cause of the fire is not yet known. However, some eyewitnesses say it started when 2 people who had been drinking got into an argument. A South African Red Cross spokesman described it as a disaster and estimated that about 1,000 shacks may have been destroyed, leaving some 3,000 people homeless. Siyabonga Lachiayo told the ENCA News that the Red Cross had been distributing hot meals, mattresses, and blankets to those affected, and he appealed to the public for more donations. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello expresses his deepest sympathy to the Attah Igala and President of the Kogi State Council of Chiefs, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Matthew Okpalua Oguche Akpatu, on the passing of his elder brother, Prince James Faruna Okpalua. Prince James Faruna Okpalua passed away on Saturday after battling an illness. Governor Bello fondly describes the late James Okpalua as a dedicated community leader and a humble individual who devoted his life to the service of God and humanity. The governor encourages the Attah, Igala and the family of the late James to find solace in the remarkable life led by the departed, noting that he will be remembered for the cherished memories he had left behind. Governor Bello offers prayers to God, seeking eternal rest for the soul of James Opalua and strength for His Royal Majesty and the bereaved family to cope with the irreparable loss. James Faruna Opalua Oguche Akpa, the great pillar and icon in Aju and Macho dynasty, was a retired program manager at the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA). He died at the age of 69. Let's join Jonah Malik for sport updates.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on MLC TV Global News. Newly promoted Nigerian Professional Football League side Sporting Lagos claimed the Made in Nigeria Super 8 tournament after beating Remo Star 4-2 on penalties in a tense final inside sold-out Mobolaji Johnson Arena on Sunday. Both clubs clashed for the second time in the competition, with Sporting triumphing 2-1 in the group clash. With the prize money of 25 million naira on offer for the winner on the final day, Sporting claimed a famous second win over their New Southwest rival in the shootout after regulation time ended 1-1. Aliu Salawuddin had put Sporting ahead 7 minutes into second half, while Remo's second half substitute Adams Olamilekan had the ball in the back of the net in the 86th minute of the game, but his effort was ruled out for offside. With 3 minutes remaining to the end of stoppage time, Olamilekan had his moment again and he finished off an assist from Alimi to make the scoreline 1-1 and end the game into the lottery of penalty shootout. The one-year-old Lagos side went on to convert all their kicks, while Remo Star missed 2 of theirs to claim their first major piece of silverware in the off-season tournament. Still on sports and straight to tennis, Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz has won the Wimbledon men's single title for the first time by ending Novak Djokovic's recent dominance in a stunning victory. The 20-year-old fought back from a nervous start to win 1-6, 7-6, 8-6, 6-1, 3-6, 4-6 against the defending champion. It was his second major for Alcaraz following his US Open title last year as he became Wimbledon's third youngest men champion, report AFP. Novak Djokovic was playing in the 9th final at Wimbledon and 35 at the majors, while for Alcaraz it was just his second. In the women's singles, Meketa Vondrousova became the first unseeded woman to win Wimbledon in the Open era as she swept to a shock 6-4, 6-4 victory over Tunisian Ons Jabeur in the final. As the first unseeded woman in the Wimbledon final in 60 years, Vondrousova was a heavy underdog against 6th-ranked Jabeur. But the 24-year-old upset the odds on center court to win her maiden Grand Slam title at the second attempt after losing to Ash Barty in 2019 French Open final. She joins Jana Novotná and Petra Kvitova as the only Czech women to win the Wimbledon title. Meanwhile, tearful Wimbledon runner-up on Jabeur described her third defeat in the Grand Slam final as the most painful of her career, but vowed to bounce back and break her jinx at the majors. And that's all on Sports Update. I am Jonah Malik reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. Let's join Joy Dada for the latest in entertainment news.
Welcome to our entertainment world. I am Joy Dada. In Africa, Grammy Award-winning Nigerian singer Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun aka Whiskey has reckoned that he has more than enough musical catalog to retire. The singer, who turned 33 on Sunday, July 16, 2023, had an interview with Capital Extra Money Northern. The interviewer has said that the last time they met, the Starboy honcho told him that he got enough music to retire. The Ojuoleba crooner also hinted that his 6th studio album is on the way. And foreign singer Jane Birkin, Franco-British artist who attained international fame for her decade-long singing and acting career, has passed on at 76. The septuagenarian, who lent her name to the Hermes Birkin designer handbag, was found dead at her home on Sunday by her caregiver. Birkin's death has continued to stir reaction from millions of her fans across the world, particularly in the United Kingdom and France, including President Emmanuel Macron, who described her as French icon. May her soul rest in peace. Thanks for joining me. I am Joy Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
Thanks, Joy. And that is the size of our package. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV 2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Egbirava Bear MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021. Twitter, Malachi TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comments, advert placements, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachi TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturday 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, and Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Jennifer Odimayo. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.